Okay.
Boop.
Ah, how dare you, Boop. With the boopy boops. Even though you're cute.
Oh, right, I could probably just wait for the notification on your server.
I should have probably already went out.
Well, under the live section on your channel, yeah, nothing's really new.
That's odd. Really well.
Hmm.
Well, now I'm scared.
I opened up Twitch just in case you went live on that instead. Oh, you are live on Twitch. No, you're not. My bad.
Feel live on. I'm live on YouTube.
Refresh the page. I found what the problem was. Needed to refresh the page.
Ah,
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're coming through alright on YouTube. So, hello everybody on YouTube. Welcome to our horror podcast, where the name of the game is we take turns, uh, presenting a horror movie of our choosing, and the other participants have to guess what the movie is. Of course, redacting key information such as names, so it's not immediately obvious what title it is. And uh, every week we change rules. Last time it was Dragu, and the one before that was Hazel. And the week after will be Hazel again, if I presume correctly.
that would be correct. Title of the podcast is Murder Mysteries, where we try to solve all the horror.
Yeah. Granted, I probably should have told you what genre of a horror movie I chose this time around.
I probably should have asked. But I decided to call the podcast The Third. Does it sound spooky? And
Fair. I will. Yeah, I will just give uh the genre. Yeah, that is. Oh, yeah. Great. There goes my train of thought again. But it is an
That was all
alien.
good.
It is a horror movie with aliens. Not aliens, aliens, but you know.
I see. An, a horror movie involving extraterrestrials.
Correct.
Hmm.
not E.T., is it? The most scary of scary.
Ooh, extra spoopy movie coming from Spielberg.
You know, E.T. genuinely did give me the creeps as a kid. I don't know what it was, but
It's
something about the rubber the puppet was made of
well, granted.
just
Well,
I thought it was
yeah,
because the
granted.
puppet looked very sus.
Well, yeah, if you have like a wrinkly 2 foot tall thing with like a glowing finger, I'm pretty sure that would freak most people out.
yeah.
All right. So yes. Opening statements. Yeah. Uh, I'm just gonna actually turn the volume on YouTube just so I don't have the feedback confusing me. But yeah, opening statements. This movie was in heavy rotation in my household just for the fact that, we mostly watched DVDs there. But this was in heavy rotation mostly just for the fact it actually genuinely scared me. Granted, a lot of movies or horror movies didn't really scare me because you see a lot of behind the scenes
Lily, please don't look.
stuff, and you get to
What?
see like the makeup and special effects, and you don't really get scared by it. But this one actually did it to me. I do find it interesting that it has what I find interesting parts of it, just as it uses cinematography that I don't really see in other ones, and it actually makes good use of uh, suspense, and the fact is we don't really see the monster, and the majority of it. But yeah, actually starting the movie and getting the opening statements out of the way. All right, begins begins in like a dreamlike fog with a dark figure approaching. It's actually the actor that plays the protag. She gives a disclaimer saying that it is a dramatic event from that happened in October of 2000, which happened in a Alaskan town. I will redact the name just in case it's a bit too obvious. The good, uh, yeah, yeah. She says this movie was made with archival footage from the actual event, which I do find it a little bit gimmicky when movies say, yeah, it's a movie based on a true story, but this one actually uses it to great detail. Actually, I I tried my best not to read it word for word here, but it starts off in a documentary style with a uh, quite weathered and tired woman who is actually the protagonist movie being interviewed by the director of the movie, trying to get her side of the story and what actually happened. Uh, uh, he goes on, great, again, smooth bit of stage fright.
It's
But
all good.
yeah, from her encountings, it started after the passing of her husband. Passing of her husband accident goes to see a friend, a fellow psychiatrist, to deal with the grief. The two have hypno hypno. Great. Now, why did I get tongue tied on that word specifically? Considering it shows up a lot in this script. Uh, Hypnotist therapy session to unblock the memories of what happened to her husband. Uh, you can barely remember the face, the uh, but what she does remember is that she was lying in bed, and then her husband was stabbed in murder on in their bed. In her memories, she doesn't exactly remember the details such as her face, but she definitely remembers that it actually happened. The whole ordeal, in fact, actually left her daughter so traumatized she actually lost her sight. Uh, oh, right, that was the next paragraph that I just read off. Uh, where did I leave off? I should have broken this down a little bit more so it's easier to read. But yeah, following that session, she is advised to take a hiatus, away from the stresses of her work and go on like a nice a hiatus. But I do find it odd that she goes to this remote Alaskan town to which she has to fly there because there's no actual roads to drive them there, which I thought that was BS, but it turns out was actually real. That this town in particular, which is an actual town, you can't actually drive to. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's true of most Alaskan towns, but no, I'm digressing. Uh, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, it goes on a retreat to this Alaskan town, but I do find it odd that she actually continues her profession, which I do find it interesting that even though she's a psychiatrist, that in a town with less than 5,000 people, she can actually still get steady work. But either way, uh, she takes a few patients. Uh, you know, uh, they she puts them under a hypnotic into a hypnotic trance to unlock their memories. They go back a few nights to uncover, what's troubling them. He, he asks them, what do they see? They see what they can only describe as an owl, watching through the window at night.
And I found a dead.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Jason's.
Didn't actually think you can find whole dead bodies in this game.
I didn't think so either, but first for me.
I can only find skeletons.
Kind of like,
Ooh.
okay, sorry then.
Yeah, they see an owl thing out of the window every time they wake at night. Uh, when they all has seen as a kid. The last patient mentioned the owl uh, getting inside the house actually. Uh, her last patient, she schedules a hypnotic session the next day. Uh, there's a scene where she goes to pick up her daughter. We get informed that she lost her sight and is getting bullied at school. So it's taken so that whole incident with the dead husband has been taking a toll on the rest of the family to the point where the son is actually getting to be like an angsty teenager, to where he actually straight up asks his mom, "Are you going to get over it yet?" Yeah, and then storms off like the moody teenager he is. Uh, she's lying in bed, and she she takes notes on her tape recorder, informing us that at least 300 people have been going through the exact same events as, her patient she just saw that same day. But
Alright.
cutting to the next day, uh, he puts the patient under hypnosis and put his mind all the way back to last night. The last time he had trouble sleeping and all that. I lost my spot. There I am. Where you saw the owl. Uh, After he loses track of it, he's alerted to intruders at the door. The door opens up and some unknown horror. He remembers coming to his room, to which he immediately goes into a panic attack, repeatedly yelling, "No, no, 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 no." He scrambles over the furniture as he snap, snaps out of it, and of course, in kind of a panic feared state, he backs away to the door, and that concludes the session for that day. Uh, yeah, I have a note here for me to bring up that I feel like a therapist would spend a little bit more time with the patient if they immediately just had like a full-blown panic attack before letting them leave, you know? If a patient's having like a very bad time, the psychiatrist isn't going to be, "Well, that's all the time we have today. See you tomorrow."
Dragon apparently beat.
Dun dun.
I'm in the truck at the moment.
Ah, yeah, I'm being
Don't you mean haunted?
hunted.
Haunted and haunted.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. And this next scene's gonna get a little bit violent, so it's a bit of a trigger warning, yeah, to be honest. But yeah, there we cut to a 911 call. Yeah, the caller on the line is a frightened woman, begging for somebody to put down a gun. Led to the sound of gunfire and the sound of a baby crying. The whole police force is sent to this one house, and through the window, we see the same patient that we just saw in the scene previous. Um, on the phone, demanding to the sheriff to put, the protag, psychiatrist, on the line. Uh, she gets the call and heads straight down to the house to start negotiating the hostage situation that's happening because, the patient has his entire family held at gunpoint. Uh, where did I leave on my script? Oh yeah,
Oh, you're being hunted, right?
uh, she gets, she goes to the house for the hostage and to negotiate the hostage situation, but it fails after rambling about what he heard from the horrors. He, one by one, guns down the rest of his family before turning the gun on himself, which I have in my notes being like, yeah, it's a very dramatic moment, but kind of a left field from what we've had already in the movie. But yeah, I can imagine that being a bit too real. Uh, we cut to the police station, and the protag is getting interviewed by the sheriff. She's getting blamed for, inciting this whole situation. Stirring up, uh, uh, you know, some type of complex that might have been unaddressed in the patient. Where I leave off. She tries to shift the blame, but the sheriff is ground up with the deaths. You really can't talk your way around this. But she brings up the fact that they've gotten nowhere, but she kind of like sidelines that, saying that they've not actually gotten anywhere with finding the killer of her husband. But the sheriff brings back to the main fact, saying we don't want to be part of no government study on our town because, at this point she's trying to get to the bottom of this, of just like, why are 300 people have the exact same unit terrors? Uh, just taking a pause here, can you guess? Can you give a guess what the movie is?
I have no.
Yeah, I'm still pretty in the dark at the moment.
Oh, that's fair.
When you originally said in Alaska, my first thought was The Thing, but then you said this is supposed to be a retelling of events happening in 2000. That kind of shot The Thing out the window.
Should I actually give the name of the town? That might actually help.
Things that
Oh, fair enough.
Although, to be honest, that would be an interesting retelling of the Thing, to be honest.
Hey, go ahead and give us. We don't have.
Fair. I've just been given a synopsis of the plot. The town name is Nome. Nome. Which I do find it interesting that, during like the, pretty cinematography of the town, they do actually use a stand-in for gnome because the actual gnome doesn't look really that impressive, but the gnome that they use in the movie looks like a proper like small town. But that's an interesting nitpick. I can let leave there. My apologies if I'm stuttering.
You're fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah. The next scene, she's at home recapping the events into her tape recorder, capping it off with, "We must proceed with extreme caution," which, after the death of a family, I'm pretty sure you might want to put that on hold for a while. The friend comes over suggesting a proper hiatus, but she presses on, saying that she would much rather the closure, going on. going
Are you
through
there?
this. Ghosty, where are you? Yeah, she gets two patients that are still shaken with a recent death, but they are of the same mind of the protag and wants to go through with the hypnosis too and get a little bit of closure. A colleague attends and the two, yeah, and you know, uh, the patient being put under the hypnosis have the exact same experience as the last few. Panic attacks ensues. He, in the dream, he tries to wake up his wife, but the intruders come in. She does a countdown trying to wake him up, but as he's paralyzed, he wait, did I read that right? Wakes him up at first as he's paralyzed.
You found?
You know, no worries. Just want to make sure I'm not talking over you two. Paralyzed. He bolts awake and then promptly throws up. Now remembering, and now he remembers, but still is terrified of what he quote unquote saw. They talk to him about. They talk to him as they take him away. They storm out as the last one did, and the protag hints that it might be an alien abduction. Yeah, I do find it interesting that all throughout this, they do give like hints of like some like Lovecraftian horror, like too terrifying to actually describe. Which I do find it annoying the fact that they don't actually describe the actual monster, but it does leave us with like the imagination of what actually it could be. Where did I leave off? Yeah, the next scene, an intern that works in the protag's office brings up the tape recorder. As it turns out, the night before, the protag got abducted herself, and the audio was caught on tape. It starts out normally with her notes and stuff like that, but the sounds of her sleeping slowly get replaced with whirring sounds and the sounds of her screaming. A very heavily distorted voice comes through before the tape cuts off. At home, she plays the tape over and over, trying to piece together her memories. In quotes, in her memories, the door unleashes. There's a burn on her shoulder that seems to be chemical in nature. She definitely remembers, like, struggling with the intruders in her sheets, and looking down at the floor, she sees, like, a deep nail mark leading from game audio.
It's near the Lake Dragoon.
Alright.
Alright.
At least you got that going.
Also, I'm dead. Continues.
I thought that was the case. Where was I? Yeah, looking at the floor, she finds like very deep nail marks leading from her bed to the door. Listening to the voices on the tape, trying to figure out what language it is with no success. She contacts hope I'm pronouncing this right, entomologist.
That's in the cottage. Also hunting you. You better.
Time to play some football. Wait, I thought you couldn't pick up stuff as a ghost.
You can.
I'll look into that next time I play. Where was I? Oh yeah, I did find it annoying, just like entomologist and atomologist, but yeah, she contacts like a person that studies languages. As it turns out, her husband was under the same path and contacted him previously. The entomologist flies all the way to Nome to help out with the case, and that pins down like the language caught on the tape. Turns out to be ancient Sumerian, uh, to which they all wonder, like, why the hell is a dead language on a tape that's been found in her bedroom? But yeah, they piece together like a handful of words from that, which really does sound quite ominous. I do have it written down. It is our creation dot 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 examine dot 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 destroy. And yeah, I do got an annotation here just saying like ancient aliens BS starts here. Uh, Later the same day, the protagonist gets an emergency house call from the patient she had just a while ago. You know, she goes over to his house. Uh, he's laid up in bed, you know, panicky, sweaty. She pulls down the covers only to find a similar chemical burn mark on his arm that she found on her shoulder. They set up a camera system and put him under hypnosis. After a few moments of silence, he bolts upright like the Undertaker and lets out like a very haunting howl. Camera distorts and more of the inhuman voices come through. The words pieced together are, you know, unknown title and name. Respond, no need, pray, I, unknown, hear and study. Here, dot dot dot, and dot dot dot, study. The session ends with the patient falling limp with his neck snapped. Protag, back at her house, packs up all her stuff, ready to leave with her kids. Only for her son to peek out the window to find the sheriff barging through her door, drilling about, like, what the hell happened to the patient with a snapped neck? Well, since he's, like, paralyzed and waist down now. Since she can't really explain it, she is about to get arrested, but her colleague that was, there in the session, vouches for her, and she gets the note of do being put under house arrest, which, to be honest, I feel like a slight obstruction of justice, kind of, but then again, I'm not really fluent with that.
Also, I have kind of an inkling of what it is. I don't remember.
I want to give a shot in the dark.
What's the problem? I don't know the name. I don't even remember the name. I remember the premise. That's how long ago I've seen it.
You want to slap together words to see if you get close?
Are you sure it's not the Confused Me Dragoon?
Don't worry about it. I don't know why, but this keeps coming to mind, but I feel like it's wrong, but I want to say maybe The Fourth Kind, but I very vaguely remember that movie, so I can't say for certain.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 point to Drago.
Nice,
Ding,
you got
ding,
it.
ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember the premise. I just didn't remember the name.
Yeah. I'll just...
You're dead.
sprint. Oh, rip.
Taking my soccer ball.
Screw you guys, I'm taking my belt and going home.
I finally found the key.
I'm prepared to take a picture.
I think it was a poltergeist through.
Ooh.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
So I think I have one. Dragoon, you.
Alright. Well, yeah, I can sprint through the rest of this and pretty quickly. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, she gets put under house arrest and a sizable police presence gets set up around her house with like cameras and all that. In in the interview portion, they talk about like disappearances and proof left behind, and mention that there are different types of alien encounters. One seeing a UFO, two seeing proof. A la crop circles and stuff like that. Three is actually seeing the alien, and number four is getting abducted. Um, with memory loss coming from the fourth one. Um, who knows how many gets uh, is affected under this? The 300 might not be a solid number, but yeah. On the clock, 3:33 rolls around. The policeman sees like a light in the sky. Steps out to investigate, only for the camera to start distorting and a shape appears into the sky. The policeman sends out a report, but the backup comes in too late. Uh, the, they barge into the house to the pro tag screaming in hysterics, "Why did you take my baby?" As her daughter is taken. The pro tag witnesses it, but no one really believes her that a light from the sky stole her baby. Uh, the sheriff sits her down, try to have a heart-to-heart, really tell me what happened to her. Which, yeah, this entire scene is actually quite dramatic and interesting, considering, from one viewpoint, she's honestly telling them what she witnessed, but the other two are just like, you know, not really believing this, because who's really going to believe that under a heavily guarded house the aliens abducted your child? uh, under the presumption that this might be a complex stemming from her husband's death. The sheriff removes her son from her, with the son being in bereavement, but she still puts up a small bit of a fight, uh, to which she's left in an empty room.
I have not, Astro.
Listening, "Why are you doing this to me?" What was that?
I was Xena. I have not, Astro.
Ah. uh,
The list of games that
a demologist. Granted, that game also sounds quite familiar to Mortuary Assistant. How in the latter half of the game you have to basically try out wounds and stuff like that to exorcise the demon. But yeah. Deadly Thought. Oh yeah. Stuck alone in the house, she tries to get to the source of, what's happening, so she puts herself under hypnosis, with the help of her colleague, to remember the abduction. In her mind, she goes back 3 days, when she's lying in her bed. The owl thing shows up, to which she remembers it's smiling at her. The door flies open, and shadowy figures, flood the room. Screaming and fighting ensues as she's dragged into an examination space. She's branded with the chemical burn, whilst a phallic-looking instrument approaches from below and probes her. Play Sigmund Freud, Joe Keery, that.
Boy.
And she seizes before the camera distorts, and the inhuman voices start again, to which she's it alternates between the inhuman voice and her asking unanswered questions. Piece together fragments of words, say, "I," unknown, "enforce my will, dot dot dot, not, dot dot dot, would, dot dot dot, no, child, never, return, I am, truth, remains, I, Savior, Father, I am, God," which, yeah, that's kind of a contentious, right there on its own, but once the voices stop, she goes limp for only a moment before she starts lashing out at her colleagues, presumably being puppeted. Uh, back in the interview, she tries to elaborate, stating she states that abductions and everybody involved, the idea, uh, the idea of knowing who, what, where, or how eats
Isn't it?
away at her.
Yep.
The fear the fear of an overwhelming malicious enforcement, claiming to be God and all that. After the session at which she gets possessed, she's sent to the hospital to recover because during all that she does get spinal damage. Uh, she's met up with her colleague and the sheriff, and the sheriff asks her how did her husband die, to which she recaps what she remembers, how he died. But the sheriff produces a picture of an autopsy, of her husband, only to show the side of his head with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Turns out the memory of the encounter, of his encounter with the aliens, drove him to it, and the violent moment is replaced in her mind with a murder. With that comes to light, it comes to question of what really happened to the daughter. Cutting back to the interview, the director asks, with, the audience knowing this, should really all this be taken to any sort of truth? And you know, she gives a heartfelt plea to actually believe them as, the camera pans out to show that, yeah, she's in a wheelchair, she has no idea where her child is, and people may not believe her whatsoever. Where, yeah, the movie kind of does end on an anticlimactic note, but it's more of a one that just leaves you sitting there thinking. Yeah. From there, the title, the credits roll, dramatic music, cinematic shots of Alaska, and there's your movie.
Okay. That's kind of like a spooky possession slash maybe misunderstood situation.
Yeah, where, on one hand, uh, you know, with the, great train of thought left me all of a sudden, but, the violent act of her husband, a suicide being replaced in her mind with a murder, and that, seeding a, I'm not sure if I'm using this term correctly, but seeding a complex in her mind, you know, of, her being driven down like a darker
You have
path
ghost swords, right?
is alluded to, so, yeah. Granted, I will give praise to this movie on that. Yeah, there is like cinematography I don't really have seen in other movies, because yeah, it does uses like multiple styles and shots like within the same scene to like emphasis like different kind of emotions and stuff like that. But yeah, one thing is that it does what I believe like a lot of other horror movies should do, and not really show like the main big bad guy or the main monster, because, well, granted, like, yeah, thinking back to like the original Alien movie, you rarely actually get to see the alien. Like, going back in my memory, I think there's only like two where you actually do get like a proper look at it. One where, yeah, the alien's actually attacking the camera, and one where it's getting flushed out into space. And, you know, the further along in the franchise it goes, the more it becomes action, the more it becomes like, here, look at the alien, here's the alien.
That's one of those. You definitely made the alien scary. I like the first alien was indestructible. Couldn't kill it.
Yeah.
There ghost here?
Ooh. Oh, I saw the ghost orb.
Are you here?
Ooh. But
How much wood would it? Oh, we have the. It's the EMS thing.
oh, EMS.
That little.
Mm-hmm.
Have the ghost dragon.
Alright.
You're right.
You know what? I actually remembered at like the within like the basics information section. I actually remembered I saved a video of what the distorted voices actually sounded like because I actually do think the audio design of what they actually sounded like genuinely sounds terrifying.
Come hang out here, Dragoon. We're having a bathroom of a good time. Let's try. I know you could.
But yeah, I think next round I will join you guys just for the fact that I don't really have to focus on the script and summarizing the movie anymore, so I'll be able to gush about it a little bit more. Alright.
Thank you for your presentation, Steph. Good.
Yeah. Where well yeah, the mass majority of this is taken up by, you know, me summarizing the plot, but I did take a good few notes on, you know, what I actually like about the movie and points I actually do like about it. Just like, well, granted, I will admit that I'm either one of two types of watching movies. It's either I am sitting there in quiet contemplation just taking in the movie, or I'm adding my own commentary track on, well, granted, just like how many notes I put in here, just like, why is the psychologist that's currently going through stuff still getting patients? But, yeah, granted I had like a whole rant planned out in my mind on just like how much I hate that whole notion about ancient aliens. Granted, it's not that bad if it's like framed as if, you know, this is fiction and all that, but I just hate the what channel is it? Like the History Channel program, Ancient Aliens?
Or were they trying to leave that cause of everything?
Yeah, because you know that entire thing of, well, don't remember the last time I actually watched the series, but anytime I think back on it, the entire time they just go on about how like these primitive humans could have done anything unless like this like mega advanced civilization came down from the sky and taught them how to grow corn. Yeah, just pangs of like this colonialist kind of mentality of just like, yeah, these guys are less advanced, they needed somebody else to teach them how to do this.
Almost done, Dragoon. We're at 39.
Yeah, get the bonus thing on getting like max sanity. Or insanity, really.
You're losing. I like how I see Dragoon's.
Oh yeah, work it.
If Dragoon twerking it.
Dragu putting on a different kind of cam show.
I'm out here just entertaining the spooks.
Definitely has that vibe of, hey there demons, it's me, ya boy.
Haley, did you enjoy laying by my?
Oh. Can I just ask, during that whole uh, uh, re- recounting thing, did I sound like I was droning on a little bit too much?
Oh, you were doing just fine.
That's
Yeah.
it's a process. It takes time to get comfortable. Oh, we're done, Dragoon.
All right.
Good to leave. But I
keep
got to
forgetting-
stop, so you need to work through the camera.
I keep forgetting there's a bit of a delay between you and the play on YouTube, so I was just wondering why you telling me it's good when it's still at 30.
So there's a little bit of the better for streaming purposes. No buffer.
Well, yeah, granted, for how Twitch is currently on fire, it's
Welcome
good to
back.
branch out
There's
and
some
see what
jobs
else
ready for you.
you can get into.
I figured this would be better considering.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm I'm definitely watching that absolute chaotic mess of just like nothing but homers.
I hope you enjoy my. You're good to go.
Ah, either way, I will hop on and join.
Always tell it. You and Dragoon can have the.
Welcome back.
I'll just
There's
stream
some jobs for you.
as this.
Hmm. Well, let me launch the game and see how it go. I just realized I probably should have launched the game beforehand, but either way.
You go ahead and create it.
I've gathered
Alright.
a list of other hunters
Hopefully I don't
asking
have
for
to
help.
close down Steam altogether just so I can get the online capabilities. I don't know why Steam does that. Maybe it just has to... Maybe I just have to remember to actually close Steam down when I put it to sleep.
Yeah, I'll be. I get to
Alright.
use my new Discord button, or I can mute myself.
Yay! Yeah.
Did it do?
Yeah. I think I did a good job with the podcasting. Granted, I kind of do think I played a little bit, played it a little bit too much in my head, but yeah, I think I did pretty well.
I think you did quite solid.
Yeah.
You know, with each future podcast will only improve.
True. Because there's only so much rehearsal you do in your head, it's just the actual uh, practice uh, you actually need.
Indeed.
Because I haven't really done that much public speaking, to be honest, although I do have like a lot of plans in my head of like doing stuff, and just actually, launching it,
That's fair. I've done a handful of public speaking myself and had a couple of classes on public speaking. I remember in college I actually had one public speaking class where one of the final projects was giving a speech before the entire student body and staff of the college. And my subject of my speech was I opted for one on fire safety, with the story of choice being a time that I opted to put out a fire using nothing more than my bare hands.
Oh my.
I'd accidentally set a sandwich on fire and looked across the room to see a fire extinguisher, and my instinct kicked in, and instead of grabbing the fire extinguisher, I began punching the sandwich until the flames went out.
I'm sorry, but coming into that story, I thought there was like the classic like oil fire in a pan or something like that. I was honestly imagining you just trying to slap it out.
Uh, no. Um, I believe like the actual, I think well,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm back,
fairly certain
everybody.
what caused the fire. Welcome back.
Welcome, welcome.
I think I
We were-
posted
Is it the same code? Ah, but yeah, that honestly was an interesting story, Drago, of you just like punching an on-fire sandwich.
Yes,
punched a sandwich,
I did.
gave it the fist, gave it the knuckle,
I
fisted
did.
it.
Knuckle sandwich.
I fisted the flames out of a sandwich one time to prevent a fire.
I said cheese.
Oh, that's impressive.
To be fair, it was less. I literally was putting it. You dropped it, and then it's,
It's surprising how quickly fire can catch.
Indeed.
I was about to say,
Ooh, ooh.
time for Hazel going.
Oh, that's weird.
Staring at you.
Ooh, ooh.
Try to find me, if you can.
If you guys like hold the black light and then interact with the menu, sometimes like the flashlight stays on camera but really blurry.
Oh no. Also not bad. Good. So
that's
sorry for those who.
Oh, you're over here. I was wondering where you were because I looked over at the stream. I'm just like, are you hiding in this creepy room over here? But no, you're just over there.
How dare you cheat? It's very impressive. But still,
Screen cheater.
how dare you scream? Okay, we're not. Or I mean, we're.
GoldenEye. I don't know. The only game that came to mind with that is GoldenEye.
These days I need to get a big group together. And
Mungus.
we're Duck Duck Goose.
That actually sounds pretty fun.
Aha! I untowered you, Jacob.
Catch.
Now we're just waiting here and
There. I selected.
you selected, but
So I did.
okay, let's go in and after this round we'll call it a night.
That sounds fun.
Also, would you guys be down to beat the query tomorrow?
I would be happy to, though I might have to do a rain check on that, so I'll have to get back with you on that to be certain tomorrow. I may be busy for a little bit in the evening tomorrow, but I will definitely let you know.
Oh wow!
I have no solid plan, so I'd be down. Granted, it is more fun with more people, so we might put a head pin on that one and just hang out with something else.
Well, it might be a good time for me to traveler. Does everyone miss my haikus?
Aku.
At least Steph knows.
And prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. Got the intel.
I'm surprised I haven't drove.
Be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in
Love, have you even talked to me? I'm the more random and chaotic one.
That's not. Immediately did I.
X'd it out.
I'm pretty sure I'm the kid.
Alright, ghosty ghosty. I would have loved it if I stepped through that door and it automatically went to a 5.
To be fair, we have to try.
Why is that an important step?
Because able to. Because the power.
Oh, we get now that you spell it out makes sense. Oh, I found a bone.
Do you take a picture of your bone?
I
Don't be a boner.
I don't have a camera, but I can go and grab one.
My point's listening. Be a boner.
You will. It's just like one of those like. Have you ever seen like panels from like retro comics and stuff like that, where it's just like Captain America or like Batman going, "Oh, you made a real boner of this one."
Indeed, I've seen a handful of those. There's a panel from like an old He-Man and the Masters of the Universe comic where He-Man actually has an ally who, in all sincerity, his name is Fisto, and his words were, "I fisted as many of them as I could, but I couldn't fist them all."
I remember him. I think my favorite one of that ilk was, well, granted, it was more of a used to. Did one of you guys have the camera? But yeah, I think the comic I have
The camera
had camera. The one that I had in mind was more of an instance on how language, you know,
changes
changes.
his time.
Yeah, because the panel I had in mind was, was Captain America and Iron Man. Oh, Drago, the bones in this room.
Which
There
room?
you go.
Oh,
I feel like
Uh,
I'm missing a power up.
Yeah, this way. It's this room over here. Great, what was I talking about? Yeah, it's just on the carpet.
We were talking about.
Oh yeah, now I remember where I was going. Because the panel I had in mind was Captain America and Iron Man talking to each other, and since language drifts and with generations, the panel honestly says, "Okay, Cap, you need some hard dick from Iron Man." When really he meant you need some straight talk.
yeah.
Great, made myself laugh.
Sorry, I'm I'm lost. I've so
Did I just? They honestly just run circles around you.
I understand. My brain's so far gone that. Yes,
Well, I'm dead.
I am dead. I'm hazed.
Oh wait, I forgot they don't kill you in the first hunt. I dropped my. Oh, there it is.
What you experienced probably wasn't ghost.
Well, I found the room that they're active in. It's the second floor. It's a room off of a small bedroom. Yeah, over here. I probably should have told you to turn around, but yeah, I got it in this room. Of course, it's quiet now.
I couldn't find the power. This room. Right, good. I don't know what you're holding, but
It's a surprise for later.
oh no.
It's a
Oh,
secret tool we'll use for later. Oh, that was
Power's
creepy.
right here.
Oh yeah, you found the power.
Where did I pull the dumb drill?
It was literally in the same room where the ghost is,
Damn.
just up on the wall.
I actually went in there and looked and I didn't see it. Show me.
Isn't this the power box out here? Ah,
I tried. I walked right by it. Twice.
so is it that room? I have no idea if it's this room or not. I just remember getting spooked in it.
All I know is after turning the power on, the entirety of the house got slightly colder by like 2 degrees.
Yep, it's that room.
It is hunting now.
Bye. Oh, that's you, Hazel. I honestly thought that was the ghost. Oh, that's the ghost.
The micro world. Ooh, you're an ugly boy.
Well, it's not exactly. Yeah, well, the ghosts aren't exactly beauty pageant winners.
Yeah, but he's like skeleton.
Yeah.
You need to take a picture.
I'm coming back to do that.
Turn off the
Yeah.
power while we. I think he gets power through power something.
All right.
Let me double check the whole thing. pretty sure I remember.
Oh, there you go. Green dots up.
If that is the case, then I'm just gonna go ahead and take a guess on
Nope.
Raiju, because they draw power, or they get more powerful by the power being on.
Yeah, the ghost is active.
As well, my thermal
What?
going up and down.
Well, this is goodbye. Oh, got it. I know what you're talking about, Hazel. They are in ugly. Can I leave now? Yes, I can.
I'm wondering how close her test is. Also in the
Wait, what evidence do we have?
We don't have any other than that power issue, and at that point, I just guessed Raiju because
ghost.
I do have him on camera.
I see.
Go ahead and take a picture. My dead body. Right to the right. He's on. Oh, he spawned right there.
Yeah. Oh, he got me.
Rip. Alright, evidence. Raichu.
Probably leave that.
Good point,
Yeah,
Ash.
that's
I probably shouldn't take notes in the house.
I'd also maybe.
I'm just trying to find which one's Raichu. There you are. There's a camera in the car.
I believe I did get a picture of you, Hazel. So it's just my body.
Both of you on camera. Alright.
Hey, Dragoon.
Where'd you die?
We both died in the
my-
upstairs bed. We go up the stairs to
But I
the room
did
right.
capture a photo of the ghost.
Camera. That's a video camera.
I'm just standing in the truck looking at the pictures taken, and the one from where I took the picture of the ghost and it counted for the challenge, it has a sticky note next to it saying, "Finally, proof of ghost." And the picture is just a black image. There's nothing there.
Where's a camera? Do I only have a video camera?
There should be like a digital camera on me.
F.
And one eye.
Fuck you, ghost.
Oh, now it's on.
Pick it up. No, don't turn that on.
Doesn't mind me. Finally, proof of go. Oh. Nice, you got a picture.
I forgot how do I pick up shit.
That's to drop it.
Apparently I can't have two flashlights at once. I swear there's only that
Might be
camcorder
in our-
camera.
The worst case scenario.
Yeah, I can't find a camera, so I'm out. Goodbye. Friends are good, but I'm the one getting paid. Alright, hitting the buttons.
That was a very aggressive.
Apparently so, I'm surprised I'm the one that survived.
Looking back at the truck, Steph's sanity was 0, so I'm wondering if all of our sanities were 0 and prompted the ghost to being more aggressive.
Welcome back. There's some
That
jobs
could
ready
also
for you.
play in effect. a long game load for me.
It was a mare.
Ah, I didn't get the right ghost.
Either way, that's a good way to end it. It's all being horribly mutilated while you get
Yeah, made $62.
YouTube with it. For having videos up.
Bye bye, everybody.